If he signs a treaty,
yeah,
that is it.
I need to see my father at once.
My prince, the Oba is in call with the chiefs. Please, come sit and wait for him.
I cannot wait!
My prince.
Okajogbe, it is life and death, and the gods bid us to choose one.
Gods? Can you make me understand you, my prince?
I will need to speak with my father, the king.
We come to you in supplication. We cannot tell what the wicked boast. We see them dance the dance of evil on a king. It frightens the child. It confounds the adults. Gods of our fathers, move away from our domain these evil elements that hover around us. Fear not, son. Whatever the wood insect gathers, it carries on his head. Yes, Oba.
Your Majesty.
Isomonuti. Utigbeni. Oba Yuwana.
Mogun, man.
Uso. Obi ologbe lo lati depo oju. Umogun atokpe. Obaseki.
Umogun. Ayemire. Emini. Mogun atokpe. Ise.
Obakawaye.
Ọba atokpe. Ise.
Ologbose.
Umogun atokpe.
Ise.
Fear not. The gods are by us. Ise.
Ijare! Hello, hello.
Gods of our fathers, who has done this to us?
Majesty, the city is empty, Your Majesty. Man, woman, young and old, struck with a mighty gale, heavier than the steel works of Uleme.
What are you speaking of? What is happening to my people?
It was just cold, my lord. It was just cold. And before we could fetch the herbs in the little bush behind the house, it has become a nagging headache. And now,
What is happening? Haven't we made enough sacrifices? When the earth, wind, fire, rain conspire to undo the peace that my ancestors promised me, then it is time to extract solution from the bosom of Ogiu.
Your Majesty,
Summon Ogiu before us.
I suggest we apply the same strategy as we did against King Jar Jar. We take him out and annex the city.
It's not that simple. The British need to operate here in an atmosphere of peace and trust. That's why a treaty is the best approach.
A treaty? I'm afraid it will simply be impossible whilst this king is still around.
One must weigh up a lot of factors before one takes any action against Overami. The loyalty of the people to their king is unquestionable. That's something the British must learn from these so-called savages. That's why they are the only ones still standing.
What shall we do then? The king probably can't even read the treaty, let alone honor its agreements.
Well, I intend to be diplomatic, Hamilton, and earn their confidence.
Reveal yourself. The smoke reveals the fire. In the names of all the gods of the kingdom, reveal yourself. Show!
It's a bill, yes! Yes!
King Dugowa, son of Adonai, you have picked an irreversible destiny.
Is that why my people are dying of mystery ailments?
Ogyubu will do anything to unsettle whoever he chooses to.
The gods chose to be unkind to me. Let them at least spare my people.
The destiny of the king is intertwined with that of his people. The reason you are king is because there is a people.
Let the gods handle me as Idubowa.
Idubowa no yadono. The gods are with you. The enemy is at the door. You are about to pay the price of the pain you so suffered. You are by your fall going to be known in all the worlds, rated by Osanodua. Your kingdom will survive, but not before the reign of Tyre. However, caution, caution will see you through.
We'll take a rest here. Tell the boys to put the tents up. Hey, Bokan.
Master.
You will take a message to Overami. Tell him Consul Galway is approaching Benin. And tell him we come in peace and friendship.
My father.
Why do you force dawn on the king's sleep?
The matter I bring before your greatness may banish the sleep we so covet. I could not sleep last night, father.
You could not sleep. Are you well?
My health is sound, Father. But my mind is disturbed.
Come. What disturbs the mind of the Princess of Umogun?
A message came upon me in a dream.
A dream?
I saw your chiefs. Pigs were screaming. And you just stood there, Father, unmoved as the fire advanced towards you. And I screamed. And fear got me. I woke up.
Sons of our fathers, my people, how are they faring?
Your greatness, it is an uneasy calm. No one knows what to expect.
Has Ogiowo stayed his hands? Or fresh morning still rents the air?
None since the shadows stood on our feet.
Your Majesty, Eyebokia is here. He has a message from the big white man in Sapele.
What is your message from the white man?
Your Majesty, the big white man from Sapele elects me, Eyebokia, to inform his greatness that he intends to enter Benin.
Benin?
Oba Yuwana,
Hey, yo!
you and Oba Seki must ensure that the white man enters Benin safely.
It shall be as ordered, Your Majesty.
Ezomo,
Majesty.
yours it is to protect the empire from external aggression.
It shall be done, Your Majesty.
Eyeboke, you have been with the white man for a while now. What do you think this visit portends for Benin?
My lord, I'm just a message bearer. Whatever it is that the white man crafts in his mind, I cannot tell.
I am sure you can speak the language of the white man by now.
Only but a little, my lord.
Okay, now that little, is it enough for you to conjecture what plans the white man has for my people?
Your Majesty, the big white man appears a simple, peace-loving man. But his deputy, I cannot vouch for. His anxiety over things doesn't portray a man who thinks before he acts.
Sorry. Sorry.
Very well then.
Umogun atokpe.
Yes, sir.
Oshodi,
Umogun atokpe.
Yes, sir.
tell Okaviogbe, you must take some men, go with Eyebokia, and lead the white man to me.
Atokpe Umogun.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Your Majesty, this is the final product from the rubber trees you have in your kingdom.
The ones you are after.
Well, Your Majesty, yes, that's correct.
And what is that?
This is a portrait of our gracious Queen, Queen Victoria.
You say this is your queen, your ruler?
Yes, Your Majesty.
What does her husband do when she is ruler over your people?
Well, unfortunately, Your Majesty, the husband is dead.
Oh. my condolence.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I'm curious. Is it that there is no man in the whole of Britain to sit on the throne of his fathers? That his wife has to be your ruler?
Well, Your Majesty, in our tradition...
Never mind. Is that all?
Well, no, Your Majesty. There's this important document. This contains the Articles of Understanding that you must sign to enable the activation of British protection of your kingdom.
Is that all that is in the document?
Well, Your Majesty, if you will allow, I will read it to your hearing. Article 1. Her Majesty, the Queen of Great Britain and Ireland, Empress of India, in compliance with the request of the King of Benin, hereby undertakes to extend to him and to the territory under his authority and jurisdiction her gracious favor and protection.
Stop! Go no further. For 400 years, Galloway, my fathers before me traded and dealt with a white man. 400 years. The French, the Portuguese, the Dutch.
But,
I am not impressed. The Queen seems so fervent about destinations, forgetting that only a journey will take her there.
I may understand, Your Majesty.
If the very first article in your treaty is based on false claim, I need no oracle to tell me what the end will be.
But, Your Majesty, this is standard practice in all treaties.
If it is standard practice for you to lie, I will none of it. Yes, to think that I nearly put my mark on that document.
But, Your Majesty, the protection of Great Britain will be of immense value to you and your people.
Look at me. What do you see? I am Spirits don't need protection. Spirits protect others. If I must trade with a white man, we must do it as equals. He said.
Remember the admonitions of Obil.
And what has that got to do with this?
We still do not know who the enemy is, Your Majesty.
If you wish, put a mark on the document. Call it my mark. But Overame will not trade in deceit.
Oh, Your Majesty. We can deal with these people. But first, we must sit with them and extract from them a promise of trust.
Trust. The being I see, as their skin lack color, so do their bodies lack a truthful soul. I knew it. I knew it from the very first word that proceeded out of their mouth. I knew them.
But how would you not know it, Your Majesty? Are you not a direct descendant of Ogiso? Agbare no yolokun. Ekwa bonola. Ayenire. Mini.
Umogu atokbe.
Obaseki.
Uto yokpe omo dugie.
Sir.
Obaseki. I choose you. You shall be our eyes, our feet in dealing with the white man.
My Lord, I shall forever be grateful for this honor Your Majesty has given me. Mr. Gallo.
Yes, Chief.
It is a relief to see our Oba climb down from his anger. You really angered him.
I'm sorry about that, but this is the essence of our meeting here today. We will discuss the treaty and come to a compromise. Anything you find offensive in the treaty, we will either rephrase it or expunge it completely.
Expunge. That is all right. We will put our mark on that document. So on behalf of our people. But you, Mr. Gallo, you must go and expunge every offensive bit of that document.
Yes, well, I promised we will do that.
Your queen cannot be offering us.
You. As a matter of fact, Edo is Yagbon.
Yes.
Yeah. Why more gungi? Why you be?
Good.
Oba Tope.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
That is the story of the tortoise.
Interesting.
Your Majesty. Words have it that the Udezi of Akure has declared his independence.
What?
Your Majesty, my spies do not fail me. He has even fashioned Ada Anebe and plans not to pay tribute at the next Igwe festival.
See how men forget. See how men forget so soon. Just because the tiger has a headache does not mean the antelope can tear him. Kariogbe, instruct Okpele to take some men, march on Akure tonight, and bring me those cursed swords of state he has made to spite us.
Do you believe he'll honor the terms of this agreement?
I have no reason to doubt. The chiefs were committed.
Then why didn't the king sign it himself? Phillips and I believe he does not intend to honor any of it. We should give him the Jar Jar treatment.
No. I do not believe that he would dare to provoke the might of the British. And whilst I am here, you can tell Phillips we will take this matter my way.
Yes, sir.
Times are condition in relationships. Adversity brings out the humanity in us. True word. We know our true friends only in times of adversity.
My lord, I hope you have not had anything.
How is the trade with the white man going?
Trade is going well, Your Majesty. In fact, I have been to Sapele. I have even been to Warri. The object of our trade is changing, and we have to change.
Oh, change is good. We only do hope that our need for change is serviced by love for our fatherland.
My lord, I hope you still do trust me.
Trust, Obaseki! Trust is the first mobility to disappointment. What we ask is duty! Obaseki. Ago! What is your duty to our fatherland? I see a turbulent distance
Because we are deterring from our duty.
My lord, I must confess. My head is turning.
Oh, don't let it turn. Don't let it turn. The white man has been supplanting our authority. We fix a price for our product. They impose a different one.
Those white men, I never trusted any one of them.
The white man is encouraging your vessels to undermine your authority.
Wow.
Imagine the people of Agbo trading trouble with our own traders.
Is that the spirit of the treaty you signed with the white man? Where is Obaseki? I put him as our eyes, our hands, and our legs in dealing with the white man. Why does he allow them to supplant our authority?
Obaseki calls it diligence. He says he's only be diligent in his dealings with the white man.
I am not questioning his diligence. I am questioning the honesty of the white man.
Oh.
My blood boils. I'm yet to understand how the white man can ever benefit my race. The white man is an omen that bodes no one any good. I have decided not to honor the treaty I never signed in the first place. Tell Okaviogbe, I hereby place a ban on external trade. All markets are shut down forthwith.
It shall be done as you have decreed, Your Majesty.
Gentlemen, I shall only be going away for a couple of weeks. During my absence, Phillips shall be acting consul. Now it is very important that we do everything we can to protect the interests of Britain and her Queen. Some of you may be aware that a letter is before the Home Office asking for permission to depose the King of Benin. I strongly advise that we do nothing to upset the people until the Secretary of State for Colonial Affairs has had a chance to respond to this letter. Whilst in England, I will do my utmost to secure this endorsement. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
The Oba has issued a decree that all external trading ceases forthwith. No Benin trader should be found trading with the Ishakiris, Ijo, Urobo, most especially the white men. Those who have ear, let them hear.
Hamilton, you know we have to do something about the overbearingness of the King of Benin. He's scaring the life out of the Jakri, the Sobos, and all the other tribes.
Maybe, but the consul will make a decision on that.
But Hamilton, the consul has not got the guts to do anything about that. The king, he ordered the raid on Agbo and the killing and the capturing of people, probably for his fetish human sacrifices.
Really?
Really.
I am before your presence, my lord. Should I excuse you or stay?
You may stay, my queen. You may.
Thank you, my lord. You have been so disturbed in the last few months.
The state of affairs. The conundrum posed by the white man and the seeming lack of faith in our chiefs.
Perhaps, if I may suggest, my lord, they would need some reassurance from you.
Why would they suddenly lose faith in their king?
The mother of Uwanko is still fresh, my lord. And your first reaction to obtain justice will be indelible in their mind.
They should know that it is so. Anyone that raises his hand against divine, constituted authority, it's like raising that same hand to hit the rock. They know what that means.
Naime, my lord, my owner, you will have to soften in some areas. The chiefs, I am sure, do not want to incur the wrath of the king, and so they are over careful.
They should be. Egbe.
You will have to show them friendship, my lord. Let them gain confidence with you. Shower them with gifts. Let them know that you are the greatest among all other kings in the whole nation. And they will be free to stand before you once more and speak their minds. Now, my name. Please, my lord.
What do you think?
This letter is contrary to the instructions left by Consul General Moore.
Yes, but we are here, and the actions of the Benin king continue to stifle trade. It cannot go on.
Our latest instructions were to postpone the expedition.
You did read the letter?
Yes.
All of it?
Yes, sir.
The priceless artworks, the bronze, the ivory. It's all enough to pay for this war.
Your Majesty, before you are the elders from Ishekiri, Lord.
The same crabs who have been conniving with the white man to undermine my supremacy.
No, Your Majesty. We cannot undermine your supremacy.
Oh. When I ban trade, you go behind me and trade with the white man.
We are here to ask for your forgiveness. The white man is a difficult person to deal with. Since they carried Nana away, we have been too careful.
They cannot impose their will on us.
What?
Chief Dudu.
Your Majesty.
Chief Dor.
Your Majesty.
Chief Doro.
Your Majesty.
You shall bring to this palace 5,000 sheets of the white man's iron roofing material.
We thank you, Your Majesty. And in a show of our loyalty, we bring and for the sake of our loyalty and to show respect to you, we bring these two maidens.
Ologbose, Ewaha Okon is my first daughter. I give her to you today as wife.
Ah, Baba. Umogume atokpe. Umogume atokpe.
Ewaha Okon.
Yes, my father.
From today, Ologbose shall be your husband.
As it pleases my father, the king.
No humiliating no grace of man. Oh, your daughter, I'm waiting. Okay, no power than the woman. Ah, Umogume atokpe. Atokpe, Baba.